Hi guys. Okay, I wanted to say hello, and I'm sorry I got drenched in the rain, so I'm a little bit of a drowned rat. Brittany should be getting back from a chiropractor's séance, whatever you call it. I don't really know. Session maybe. So I thought maybe she might not make it because I know that after I come out of a chiropractor séance, I'm just like. Boom. So I thought I'd get on with it anyway because the topic is focused. And when I did this, I was thinking about really um, how we're not staying focused enough. Okay, I've been all my life. I've just sort of had my own business, done this, done that. Worked on my own time. And right now, I am employed, which is very new, and it's a bit of a wild card I've been served, I think, to best serve you afterwards, right? So I'm sorry, I'm just getting my legs up because I want to be comfortable. And so I noticed also that your digital life sort of. I noticed a whole load of stuff, right? I'm very, very blessed that this is 10-minute walk from the house um, on my own hours. If I can't go, then it's not a big problem. Very, very lovely people I work with. The office at the bottom of the garden type thing. I have to go through the house to get in and out. Has its pros and cons, as does everything. But they're lovely people. She brings me coffee with little biscuits or little chocolates. I have freshly pressed orange juice in the morning. I do just basic secretarial stuff. I'm trying to get them up to date. Just basic secretarial stuff. They had a 1995 Dell. Brought back many memories, and so I got him to buy an iPad Pro, and then they had the fiber put and all this going on. So it's a bit of a learning curve because the fiber doesn't come, blah blah blah. The Wi-Fi, anyway, it was a complete nightmare, and I felt like a total zombie, having to ask them to do that. But they're 75-year-olds and they're going to retire, right? So I'm just preparing the sales and getting everything, all making sure the facts and figures are straight. And I met this guy from my Google. He was one of my Google clients actually, so it's quite funny. Anyway, so I'm doing secretarial work now. I haven't done secretarial work since I left my husband's company all those years ago, and it's a bit bizarre because I get paid by the hour also. So initially there was a lot of work to do, and I would stay all the hours God would send me also because as a newly divorced woman, you just can't seem to amass enough cash really until your digital business takes off, and which it will. I have all the faith. I mean, success is like this, right? As long as you're on the upward curve, that's kind of okay. But it hasn't been as prolific as I wanted it to be, and of course, I have been in cuckoo land. I have been doing all this development work, getting out and above and beyond where I was, which was hell for any divorced woman and or woman that is divorcing or man even. I don't think they don't have the I try and make this as balanced as possible because I have one of my sons is really rah, rah, rah about that, so I'm really always trying to be as equal as possible. But nevertheless, I am the one that has to stay well, have to stay. I'm blessed to stay with the kids. I get to stay with the kids and have to face all this stuff, right? Whereas my husband was moaning, saying, "Yeah, well, we earn about the same amount of money. Why should I pay for the school?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I have to feed little mouths. You just yourself. That's probably why you have to pay for the school. Or you're dealing with all this kind of bullshit, and it's not really one to be. You're trying to be productive. You're trying to get out, but you're just basically." Hanging on by a thin thread. Sometimes you're on a razor's edge, and you just cut yourself all over the place and you cannot face facts. So right now I'm learning to what it's like to be employed, and I've never been employed. So it's well, when I was 20, right, I would get employed, I'd get these temping jobs, grab the money and travel because that was everything and anything I wanted to do was just to travel. That's what I've always wanted to do. That's why digital life is good for me. And I'm getting way more information as to how I can do that permanently. So I'll keep you up to date on that. Just as a quick thing that I learned yesterday, but I'm doing this course, another course. I invest in myself constantly. I have to keep going, pushing myself forwards because I want to learn. I'm starving for information and hunger for learning. So one of the things he did say, a little nugget, was that he travels the world. This guy who's going to do this, John Butcher, I think, is the new course, and he travels the world, right, with his family 5 months at a time. So what he does with his kids, what his wife does, that's her part of the job, is to go to the school and say, I want the homework and everything. We're going to just be Skyping and making sure everything is hunky dory. So that's one way of doing it, right? And I thought, wow. And another man, the guy who was interviewing him, Vishen Lakhani from Mindvalley, he was saying, well, I can't do that. I can't, as yet. He doesn't have the, the strength to take his kids out of school. And I totally, not blaming, I'm the same. But he's doing it for a month. So he's house swapping for a month in a, completely different city. So that's something I'm really going to look into. Hint, hint, if you want a house swap, please, get in touch. There are websites where you can house swap, but maybe we can make a special branch for just, the summer vacations, because I think that's worldwide. So, which is really good, because then you just have to pay for the airfare and, living expenses when you're out there, but it's, whatever. So that's really good, and I'm really looking forward to that. What else can I say? Tons of stuff. So yeah, being employed, my God, when I was first employed, it's about my first, second, third month. I don't know, it goes by really fast. And I was playing being employed mindset, because I've spoken so much about it without real knowledge of what it's like to be employed, right? I don't know what it's like to come home and leave that outside, because I've always had my job in my house, right? So that was really lovely to just, not my problem. I'll deal with that tomorrow. I don't have to think about it all night. And because I wanted to really fully experience that, I sort of just stopped my digital work, which I can do also, which is great. So that's what I was doing for the wee while, knowing that the check was coming in at the end of the month, as long as I went to work, right? And so this is really exciting stuff to be employee, right? It was really great fun. So I did that, I think, for about 3 weeks, and then I thought it was just edging at me to not get on and do a bit of work on my site, or write an article, or watch a YouTube video even, or do all this, because I was really playing brain dead and real employee mindset. So that was what it was. But so that was very interesting, but something that I can't get my head around. That's just because it's a habit for me now to be self-employed, okay? Because I've always been self-employed, so I can't not be self-employed. But it does mean while you're working, you find it, less time to be focused. Now, it happened to be at the right time where the kids wanted their independence, because whereas I would be home when they get home, or go get them, whatever it was, Sally wanted to start coming home on her own, going to school on her own, which was great. She's 14, so that's fine. At 10, I don't think I would have been for that. Well, I wasn't. But now it's a good time. So it gives them freedom. And she was lapping up the fact that, when she got home, I wasn't there to sort of check on her phone, and don't get on your phone to start your homework. Don't sit in front of the telly. So she did all this for a while. But she found that it also has its limitations, right? What do you think is a total godsend for the other party? The grass is always greener, right? But it's not. And you have to experience that to be able to relate to that. So I wanted to give a quick shout out to this and say that, I love coming here and speaking to you. I love the fact that you might not be on air right now, but I know you might come on air later on, right? And in 2 or 3 days, months, weeks, years, whatever, it's here, and this information might be of use to you. So this, for me, is really fulfilling, really fulfilling. Going out, getting a paycheck is not fulfilling for me. The other thing I really noticed is that I made it a deal upon myself to see how much money I could earn, right? I'm stuck for hours. I mean, I can come at such time in the morning, cut away lunch. But again, as I have to pass the house, it's a bit of a, they're there. They want to eat lunch. They want to have whatever. And they're quite old people. So they need their, habits. They have their own habits. And I'm not sort of, who am I to go and, disrupt them? I did disrupt them a little bit, as opposed to starting at 3 o'clock. I start at 2:30, so I would leave early or sometimes carry on. But what I realized with this little challenge I'd set myself is that I can only earn so much. I can't get over a certain limit because there are only so many hours in the day that I can work. So that was like a real what? Because in the digital world, I have no limit. It limits my ad budget, my this, my that, but I can always put out a new article, do all this, do that, do the other. So I can always figure a way to earn more on the internet. Earning in the way that it's more fulfilling to sell a $20, $30, $29.99, sorry, a $30 application where this might change someone's life than, coming home with $30 that you've earned. I think that's just personally. So there's always this personal fulfillment quota that you have to fill, or I've got to be careful of my words, right? That I have to fill. And I can only do that in a certain way for me right now. So that means that although I'm scared to do certain things right now, even to this day, although I have lots of experience, I'm pushing on through those barriers. I'm freaking out, losing the plot, doing all the things that we normally do, but I'm just pushing on through, getting through those barriers. And whether it be, having a wobbly, throwing a tantrum, and my son said, "What the hell is this about? What is going on here?" And I said, blah, 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 blah. And he said, "Okay, I'll do the washing up. You continue with your digital stuff," right? So, yeah, because I had to, when you get into creative mode, you don't want to sort of, oh, it's already dinner time, it's already lunchtime, Right now I have 4 whole days because Monday is, well, it's not a bank holiday, but it's a day where they're not here. And Tuesday is a bank holiday, so the whole France is taking like 4 days off. May is just like that. And the next week is on a Thursday, so I think it'll be Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Or, you take a couple of days holiday and that's like a whole week taken off. I do also know that Zellie's school closes for a whole week because some of them and all the teachers are going off to Lourdes on a pilgrimage, right? So there won't be many teachers. So they said, right, we're just going to close the school. So normally what I would do is take my computer and go off to Mum's or go off and do something. Excuse me, I'm going to answer this. Brittany. Oh, she sent a voice message. Let's put you on hold for a minute.
You're so funny. I just walked out of the chiropractor. I had to wait. He's running behind. But now I am across the parking lot getting glucosamine for my dog, and then I am heading home. And I will message you as soon as I'm at my
computer. Okay. Okay, well, she was telling me that, obviously she got delayed and everything. I just told her we were live. So she hopefully will come in. I'll just tell her to come on. Come on in. And I will send her the link. Links is here. Okay. Oh, no. No, well, she has to come in, not ride that link at all. So, yeah. So we might be doing another one in a minute with Brittany. But I had to do this now because I said I would be here at 8 o'clock and I wanted to share all this with you. So I'm going to stop the broadcast and we'll catch up when Brittany's here. Hopefully, that'll be so soon. Let's see if we can call her. Ha! Oh, yeah, that's her. Sorry about this. Just putting you on hold for a bit again because I'm so excited about doing all this. Darling, we're live. Can you join in?
I don't know. 1 second.
No, it's great getting your vitamins for your dog. That's part of the, that's all about the topic. It's focus, and that's what I was saying.
Yeah, I don't know if because the link you sent me is the YouTube video to view.
Yes.
It's not actually the link to get in.
No, you have to be on the in your power. Oh, you've got Dante with you too?
No. Today's his last day of daycare. We'll talk. I'll call you in a minute.
Okay. So there you go. That was Brittany. So I'm going to end this and we'll start a new one with Brittany. Thanks so much. Been rabbiting on.